Hi, it's Ken from mentalunderground.com. One of the questions I get asked a lot is how I come up with so much creative material, not only to share with the community, but also for my own performances to be ever evolving. And the truth is, the way I do that is not just by being some kind of miracle man or anything like that. It's literally by reading a lot of old stuff. I think the more you read, the more creative you'll be, because often you'll be reading something and it will stimulate, bang, just a completely unrelated idea just because you're in that zone. One of the things I do is read a lot of out-of-print material, stuff that's really badly laid out. Sometimes it's a bit ugly and difficult to read, not only because of the layout itself, but sometimes because of some of the verbiage, some of the way that it's written and stuff like that. One such thing that I've been reading recently has been a really interesting version of the Thought of card to pocket. And it's Anneman's routine that he printed in the Jinx many years ago. And it's been really forgotten about through the paths of time. So I'm going to share it with you today in the hope that I'll stimulate some more people to go back and read some of these old tomes of really great magic and mentalism. So we're going to go into that right now. Just before we go into the routining for the Thought of card to pocket, a quick discussion on the importance of having some mental card routines in your repertoire. There's a real reason that I take a great deal of delight in researching and honing some very powerful mentalism card routines. And that reason is, well, whenever you are, maybe in a restaurant or whenever you're in someone's home, maybe you're just at home yourself, it's very easy to place your hands upon a deck of cards and really perform some amazing demonstrations of your incredible powers of mind. There are not many other props, apart from maybe business cards or post-it notes, that you could perform such a diverse amount of demonstrations. And I truly believe that so long as you don't relegate yourselves into performing an ambitious card routine or some other skills of dexterity or magic, sort of appearing, disappearing or transforming cards, that you'll never be assimilated with having any kind of technical ability. So you'll never see me when I'm perform any kind of flourish, even though I can do them because I find them fun and relaxing. You'll only ever see me doing a very rough and pretty terrible overhand shuffle. Of course, inspired by Tamariz. That idea of being totally out of control, I think, is really inspiring. But you can go and research that on your own if you don't already know about it. So let's get into the routine. I'm not going to perform it for you. I'm literally going to walk us through the mechanics of how this works and how exciting it is. You can find this in the Jinx from Anneman if you want to go and research it. So what essentially the effect is that you have someone think of a number between, say, 1 and 15 or 1 and 10, and they count down to that number, and they remember the card at that position, and then bury the card back at that position again. You then are able to find their card behind your back, remove it, and then place it into your pocket. They go through the pack to that position. They prove that the card's not still there, so you're not using a duplicate. Their card is missing, and of course it is the one card that you placed in your pocket. Now what's really interesting about this, that Anneman's routining allows you to do this 3 times. And with each time, of course, you are changing the method up, which means you can't really be found out. So let's take a look at the 3 methods that are used. The first time, you need your pack of cards. I usually try and borrow them or whatever, but have them mixed up by the volunteer. So they mix them in any way they like. As soon as they've done that, you ask them to think in their mind of a number between 1 and 15. With your back turned, that are deal through the cards one at a time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, to that card. If it was the 6th card, they'd now remember this card here. Then place all the cards back on top, burying their card back in the same place it was before you even started. You turn back round to face them again. You take the cards, you place them behind your back. You go through the cards and you delicately remove one card and place it secretly into your pocket, sight unseen. You ask them now whether or not they believe the card in your pocket could be the one that they first thought of initially. Is that possible? They probably say no. They now go through the cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That will be the 6th card right there. Let's see how I did. The card's not still there, is it? No, I'd hope not. And then, of course, they find it inside of your pocket. That's the one you removed. And I did it quite sloppily there with no misdirection whatsoever. Let me just walk through what exactly happened there. They do the usual business of they think of one of the cards between 1 and 15. Let's say it's the 6th card again. 2, 4, 5. There's the 6th card. Behind your back, what's actually occurring is just take a couple of seconds to remove the bottom card. And that's the card you bring around, show to everybody, and place in your pocket. I put it in my pocket for the first time for real, and I say, now, is it possible that I've taken the card out of the pack, and it is the card that's in my pocket? This time, when I push it back into my pocket, I actually palm it straight back out again, and place it on top of the deck, just in the gesture of doing this. It's really simple to do it. So, as it comes back out again, I just say, is it possible it can be the one in the deck? And I place the whole deck on top of the pile. Very simple. So that means now their card is not at the position they remembered it being. It's a 6th card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is no longer the card you initially saw. But what's interesting is the next one is. So you toss this to them on the table, or you place it on the table. As all the attention is on them turning that over, it's easy enough for you just to palm this card into your pocket and say, no, because it's the card I placed in my pocket. That's phase 1. Phase 2, we get a bit more exciting. And truthfully, when I first read this, I didn't believe it would work. I had to try it on my girlfriend, in fact, and actually it works beautifully. So this time, again, they remember a number. They think of a number between 1 and 10 this time. You see the reason for that in a second. Let's say they go for the number 4. So there's the 4th card right there. They remember it, and they put it back. Okay? This one's really exciting. You take the cards behind your back, and you go again and try and find it. I think it's this one. You take the card and you place it in your pocket. You say, I tell you what, this time you count them out. And say it was the, what do we say, the 5th card. They deal them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's it supposed to be? It's not that card, is it? No, because that's the one you placed in your pocket. That's it. Method here is behind your back. What you're really doing is counting off the top 10 cards. So secretly, when the cards go behind your back this time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards, squaring them all up, nipping them like this, and pretending they're one card. So when I came around and said, I think it's this one, this is 10 cards. Okay? I think it's this one, and you place all 10 into your pocket. Now, as they're dealing, this is really good fun, this bit. As they're dealing, 1, you just have your hand in your pocket, and you count through the cards yourself. I'm counting 1, I'm counting 2 as they deal the second one. As they deal the third one, it's that one. Okay, they stopped on the 3rd one, which means it's going to be the 4th one. I've got a hold of the 4th one now. They turn it over, it's not that one, and I've got this one. Okay? Now, as everyone relaxes, and they start to pick their cards up together, you just pick up these cards and palm them back onto the deck again. Nice and easy. The final phase, you shuffle through the cards. I just turn the cards face up for a second, and what you're going to do this time is you're going to just put a small crimp in the 2 corners of the top card, whatever it might be. In this case, it's the 5 of diamonds. And I've just done it then, right in front of us. Just do that by looking through the deck, and I just put the crimps in right there in front of you, okay? And then sort of take the crimps out a little bit so they're not as obvious, and now have the spectator do the same thing. The other 2 rounds of the game have really conditioned them to do this. They think of their number, say it's the number 4, they deal them, 1, 2, 3, 4. They remember the 4th card, there it is, but they've dealt our crimp card as the bottommost card, so when they dump all the cards back on top again, our crimp card is right above their card. So now, as the cards go behind your back, you feel for the crimp and take the next card, place it into your pocket. It's their card. You ask them to count through, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that your card? No. They themselves go into your pocket. That's the routine. You do the routine 3 times. What's really clever about this routining from Annemann is that it allows the volunteer to put things together afterwards in a way that totally annihilates any idea of backtracking. So that means they have now put their hand in your pocket themselves. There couldn't have been 10 cards in your pocket all along, could there? They have done it in such a way where they don't even call the number of cards out. They've seen cards go into your pocket beforehand. It's just totally unfathomable. So that's Annemann's routine for the thought of card to pocket, a long lost gem, and I really hope that you'll go and try it out. I am. Take care. We'll see you more at mentalunderground.com.